Batman Curse of the White Knight, issue 3. So the big stars, obviously the last issue was Azrael took control of the Batcave, everything was turned against him, Batman escaped just in time for everything to blow up, and basically Dick and Babs had to reveal who Batman is to Bullock and the core GCPD team that they've been working with to come and save him and the big chopper.
Duke. Remember that's Duke.
Yeah, it's Duke. That's
Is
Duke
it? Oh yeah, I'd forgotten that actually. I'm glad you.
I kind of went, oh yeah, that's what they did with him in this book.
Because I was like, that's Montoya, that's Dick, that's Babs. Who's the big guy?
Better version.
Yeah.
He actually does stuff.
So, do you know what? Can I just talk about the surreal element of this? Where we've got a scene after this where Batman's sitting at a table with Dick, Babs, Duke, Montoya, and Bullock, and he's just sitting there with his mask off, and I'm like, well, this is new.
I saw Murphy tweeting earlier in the week, because there was some news about Batman, the identity reveal that may or may not be coming up that we talked about last week, I think.
Yeah.
And then he was tweeting, oh, did someone say Batman was revealing his identity? Hope no one does that first.
Yeah. Yeah. The weird thing is, though,
did he reveal it to Gordon in the last one? I don't remember.
No, he did it at the end of the first book. Yeah, the end of the
that's
first
what
White
I mean.
Yeah.
At the first series, okay. Sounds like he didn't tell Gordon, and that feels like a bad friend move.
No, Gordon knows. Gordon knew before everyone else did. Yeah.
Well, Gordon knew. He doesn't know. That's past tense, buddy.
Okay. Let's jump into the end of the book. So basically, Batman goes to Harley to try and get him to kind of inspire Joker to
Napier
to return to Napier, because he's still Joker, and it doesn't work though. He just cracks some bad pregnancy jokes, brings up.
And let's not overlook the fact that Batman builds a cot in the space of one panel.
He does, yes.
Yeah, he builds a crib, so that's probably one of my favorite moments.
Do you know why he builds a panel or a crib in one panel? Because he's the goddamn Batman.
Well, so she's having twins, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's two cribs set up there. One's already built, and Batman helps. But her going, as someone that's recently put some furniture together, Harley going, why do I need to use a screwdriver if they're not going to give me one? Like that outburst I thought was pretty hilarious. And then Batman, of course, showing up with the screwdriver, I thought was...
Because, of course, he has one.
Well, he's got everything else in his belt, why not? Yeah. So, I've got a question I want cleared up here.
Yeah.
I'm just slightly confused. Joker tells this story of how he found the remains and the sword and all that stuff in the thing.
Right.
And he says, so I'm going to read his dialogue here verbatim, just so that I can clear this up.
Yeah.
So he's like, well, I suppose a great performer, because Batman basically says, oh, you're kind of a knockoff of this old character, this old guy from back in Castlevania times, is what I'm going to call it.
Castle times.
Yeah. So he's like, well, I suppose a great performer shouldn't be ashamed to admit his influences. Napier accidentally found Laffy when he was trying to dig out of his cell. He also found all of his secrets, and that's when the Joker was created. However, that means he was already imprisoned in Arkham. So does he just mean that that's when the Joker came back at the end of White Knight? Or does he mean that the Joker was literally created when he found this stuff?
I think he means Napier might have been the Joker, putting on an act. But he wasn't. He wasn't truly the Joker until this moment.
Right.
Okay.
Is that the whatever's there with the vampirism thing, whatever force turned Lafayette Arkham into this big bad.
I'll go back to in King's Batman last week, where it was when was the first meeting, and it was like technically yes that happened, but it wasn't the first meeting.
So what you're telling me is that up until now, in this universe, Joker's never really been the Joker?
No, I think it was... I don't think it's this recent. I think it was a while ago still that this happened.
Okay.
Because this was his back pocket. This is basically his revenge on Gotham and Napier is finally unleashing this. This was his back pocket plan. That's how I read all this, and that's why... It was so important for Harley to break through, right? To figure out what's Joker.
I guess for me, it was just weird to me that Napier was in prison before he was the Joker, kind of thing.
Right. No, I think he was the Joker, but he didn't truly lean into the persona in the same extent.
Alright, okay.
Whereas how there's a physical split now between Joker and Napier.
Right.
It's a little bit weird to
when
me.
this split
but-
happened.
I mean, at this point, all my weirdness with how they've dealt with Joker in this book from the first story is just kind of there. So it's made me kind of indifferent to them doing weird things with him. It's just that line was weird to me. I'm like, wait, he was already in Arkham before he was
No,
a Joker?
I think he was already not a good guy, and this is where the physical split of the personalities occurred.
Yeah, it doesn't work though. He just makes a joke about a coat hanger.
Yeah, it's a dark joke.
man.
It's a very dark joke.
Oof. I know people try to rake Murphy over the coals. It's like, well,
It's
again,
the Joker.
It's the Joker, and this goes to Connor earmuffs for wrestling talk real quick. When you have your top heel say something terrible, that's a reflection of that character, not of that actual, not the person playing the heel.
Of course.
He's trying to get heat. Joker's trying to get heat from the room.
That's it. It's a bit murkier with wrestling because they'll use real world things, and sometimes it can go too far. But
definitely
here, it's a dark character saying a dark thing.
It's not Murphy saying, "Hey, like this is funny." It's no, this is what the Joker would say.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, to be fair, it felt like a thing the Joker would say to me. It didn't feel out of place for him to say that. And I like my Joker dark. I like my Joker absolutely despicable.
I know,
it was.
He did say there was like a few things in the book that he thought people might have a problem with, and that was one of them. But he said that for the most part, the reaction has been pretty positive. In agreeing that yes, this feels like the Joker, not, and and he hasn't been getting a lot of heat for it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so like Harley and Batman go looking for clues and look at the. Was it Joker's? Where is it they're looking again? On.
So they're in
cell.
They're in Arkham and they're evacuating it because of everything that's happened. They don't know. So the best way to get to the bottom of this is to send everybody in, which I feel that's part of Joker's plan as well.
Probably.
Yeah.
Right.
Did we mention that he unmasked for Harley as well?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, we didn't mention that. Because at this point he's unmasked for everyone else. So it's just like,
it's as bad as Barry.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and so it cracks me up her reaction to it. She's like, "Oh, so you've been like this hot billionaire this whole time, and you let me run around with him? Thanks." I love that part. And she's like, "Oh, so we're friends now, right? Like you do this just to friends, because I'm sure everybody else knows, but I'm your friend." He's like, "Stop, okay, best friend." Like I thought that was a good use of Harley's humor there.
Yeah.
We get basically Gordon stepping down as commissioner and appoints Montoya as a new commissioner, who's reluctant to take it, but Bullock's like, no, this is your job, and
then he tells some shitty jokes.
Yes.
It's a terrible joke, but it's something something Bullock would say. Like,
and to be fair, it's one of those he's saying it in good spirit to a friend.
Yeah.
That, like Montoya throws the drink in his face, but she also looks like she's laughing. She's not offended by it. It's this is banter between friends.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's a sort of joke where you tell it out of context, and it just sounds both racist and homophobic at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But again, not sticking up for the anti-PC thing, right? Because or for the PC's bull, but. Like here again, this is Bullock, who's kind of a shitty guy,
Yeah.
Of course he would tell this type of joke. Like again, it's in character. I don't think Murphy's going, "Oh, it's a funny joke I heard," and throwing that in.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
So, but I love the idea of Montoya becoming the next commissioner, and that she doesn't want it, which is always a sign in these type of stories that that's why she needs it.
And at first she's offended to think, "Oh, you just picking me because of who I am," the optics of it.
Joe, I like about this. I like Gordon coming out and he thinks Batman's behind him, but then you see the hand, and then you see it more clearly in the actual handshake, and you're like, "Shit, it's Azrael," and you get to worry.
And Gordon's making a deal with him.
And Batman's too busy. Because he makes a deal more or less before he knows who it is, I think, right?
He's digging, he's and Bats and Harley are digging around that crypt for some signs and what Lafayette left written in his blood that Joker wiped off, and
but Harley goes out of labor, so
right,
and Batman's like, "Come on, then we'll get you out of here," and she's like, "Nope, no time, doing it here now." Yep. Give me those amazing painkillers you got in your belt. It's like, I don't know if that's... Give me the drugs, Harley. Try and relax now, or I swear to God, I'll make you fight a pregnant woman.
So it basically, that page is there to just make sure we know that Batman is busy and he's not coming to help. Like, he's in the middle of a situation. So we come back, and Gordon, having shaken his hand, realizing that this is not Batman, starts to fight back, and the cops come out and they all try to shoot him, and this broke my heart. Gordon Gordon, thinking he's about to die, says, "Tell Barbara I love her, and I couldn't be more proud." And then Azrael's goons all start shooting from the rooftops, and Azrael stabs Gordon through the chest, and Gordon goes over the balcony.
Flaming sword. He ignites the sword and then stabs him.
And with the sword in his chest, Gordon still, he pulls out he's got his gun there, and he takes a shot right to the chest, and it does nothing. Bullock's getting hit by the snipers. Yeah,
Bullock gets hit in the shoulder. Yeah, so
everyone else is ducking for cover, and it ends with. Here's my problem too. If he got stabbed through with a flaming sword, wouldn't it have cauterized? So why is there all that blood? Like, I get Gordon's dead. I'm not saying like.
I think it's. Dead, I mean, I don't think it's that quick. I guess he's because the wound's so big and deep that I don't think the flaming sword is long enough to actually cauterize it.
It's kind of like, why is there blood when they cut off the tarantula face guy?
Well, because I think it's also because when the sword gets pulled out, it's basically reopened the wounds.
Yeah, maybe.
Kind of thing. So.
Either way, it looks good.
The final page is Gordon lying there, blood flowing from, and it's going down a sewer manhole cover that just says "City of Gotham" on it, which I think is actually a nice little touch. That there's just this is Gotham. This is what happens in Gotham.
Well, and you kind of skipped over some of the other lore elements of.
Oh, which I know you love.
The whole reason this is going on, right, is the Waynes and the Arkhams. And then the what's his name, Backer from the Order.
And, the Wayne promised him land if he helped clean up the city, but he never gave him it, and that's why there's the whole.
He never did, and so Harley and him find another body underneath. That's when she goes into labor, and they think it's Backer, but we don't really know yet. And all I can think of as the setup here is like he was starting to change, so that Edmund Wayne, threw him down in there. Right, and he served his fate.
It looked like he was just abandoning him at that point.
Right, and whatnot, and so that's what they're using for the Order, is that Joker might have told Azrael that this was his relative, and I love Bullock's line. It's like, it always comes down to Wayne, doesn't it? Like, you guys are always messing something in the city. So that was pretty interesting. And what's this mean for Azrael going forward? Like he is willing, like he's blown up Wayne Manor, he's taken out Commissioner Gordon. Like, I feel like nobody's safe.
That we're a third through this book now, and he is still kind of a total mystery.
Yeah, but he's also a complete villain. Like, he's done. I mean, sure, we might do a thing where maybe the influence is like taking him over, but this book is definitely treating Azrael as he's just a straight up like evil bastard.
Well, I want Deathstroke to show up and they have a sword duel. That's what I want. Like Batman hires Slade Wilson. Like that'd be cool.
I don't know if it's just the design, but this Azrael is reminding me a lot of Arkham Knight from the game.
Yeah, I can see that.
So far this is three in, and all I'm getting is duality. Like, that's the theme of this one.
Yeah.
Because you have Napier and Joker, you have Bruce and Batman. Harley has twins, right? And then you have the Order, you have everything with the vampires and day and night and all of that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So
Edmund, and Bakar.
Right. So there's a sense of duality. They meant Murphy brings up Cain and Abel a couple times.
Yeah.
And and then you look at Joker's eyes predominantly here in this one. Definitely you see the two different shades. You have the green and the purple. So there's a sense of duality at play that I'm really enjoying.
Yeah. All right. And obviously Murphy's art is up to what it normally is.
It is fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I did utter oh shit when Gordon got it, because I definitely wasn't. I'm like, oh no, the GTO is going to help him. Like, that's just how it goes, right? Superhero comics.
Yeah, like obviously it was possibly he was going to die because it's an Elseworld and he can kill whoever he wants. But the scene did generally feel like, it could be a moment where it's like a big scare and it shows like how bad Azrael is without a murder. But then no, Gordon just gets killed and that's it. We end with his death. So yeah, what are you giving it, Matt?
This was I'm going to give this one 8.5.
Connor?
I happen to agree with the 8.5.
I'm gonna give it a solid 8. It was really good.